We're continuing with our conversation here with Pearl Cooper. This time around, I had to throw a teddy to her because there's a very important case that is taking place at the High Court in Pretoria. Pearl,
yeah.
I see you've held on to that teddy very well. What message can we put out there in terms of making sure that South Africans, not Gautengers, South Africans, they all come to Pretoria to support this very important case about the children's vaccination?
Absolutely. It's a very, very important case. It's a critical case. And if there's anything that we know how to do in South Africa, it's how to gather and get momentum and stand behind one another. Simunye, we are one. It's time to gather at the Pretoria High Court starting tomorrow on Wednesday, the 19th of January. And another follow-up date is another Wednesday, 26th of January. Let's get behind this case. It is a critical case involving our children, the safety of our children, and the health of our children. This is the next generation of leaders, and we have an obligation as South Africans to protect our children and our children's rights.
It's not only for South Africa's future leaders, continent future leaders, and the world. So very important. What now do we bring tomorrow? We just woke up. What times that we must show up there? And I see that there's a big call that you must also bring a teddy.
We have to bring a teddy, and this is a symbol of solidarity.
Thank you.
To say that, children, we are with you. We have so many problems with our children's bill and legislation. Our children's bill right now currently allows for the medical intervention on children between, if you're older than 12, then the state, according to that legislation, say that they can bring medical intervention on you. A child of that age can abort without the parent's consent. So these are some situations that need to be addressed. In South Africa, we need to make sure that our courts bring forth legislation that will protect our children. We have a responsibility to protect our children. The family is the pillar of society. A dysfunctional family means a dysfunctional nation. So we need to protect our children.
Need to protect our children, Pearl, which is something very good that is happening. What we need to do, as we all know that children have rights. This time around, we see things that have been turned around to say, no, as parents, you know, we are not now liable for our children when we send them to this place of safety, which is the schools. But this time around, we are told that, no, we don't have to worry and bother when the kids go there. So we are saying no to vaccination of our children. That's number one. Number two, we need South Africans to push very hard for the legislations that protects our children when it comes to their rights. Because I had one parent saying to us, you know what, Mandla, I think if my school injects my child, they must also pay the school fees. How's that?
Absolutely. I mean, if the state is going to stop us from spanking our children, from issuing discipline against our children, all of those, then they must assume the responsibility to dress our children, to feed them, to pay for their medical bills as well. You can't take the things away from us and not assume full responsibility. But I do want to say this to the children as well, because you're going back to school right now. And I want to say to the children right now that nobody can force you to vaccinate against your will. You understand that. You may have high regard for your teacher and for your school principal, and you must still continue to respect them, but do not allow them to put fear in you. Nobody can force you to have a vaccination that you do not want to. So if you go to school and any adult or any official tries to vaccinate you against your will, you call for adult help. You call your mom and dad. You call for backup, and you tell them unashamedly and with boldness that you do not want that vaccination. Don't be scared of any adult, but implement and exercise your rights.
You hear it, South Africa. The call is out there to our children and parents. Please, parents, make sure that you educate your children in terms of what they must do when they are being faced with kind of a situation. Let's all fly to the High Court in Pretoria. And remember, again, on the 26th, we must also be there until we get the ruling, and the ruling that only favors us as parents and favors our children for the future. Until next time, goodbye.